Welcome everybody, I'm Andrea Miller and I'm a registered dietitian and certified diabetes educator at community hospitals and wellness centers in Bryan. But as you can see, I am not at the hospital today. I'm at St. Patrick Catholic School in Bryan and we are in the gym, and I have the entire 4th and 5th grade girls basketball team with me today for our Live It basketball pick and roll episode. So thank you to our viewers at home for joining us, and hopefully you enjoy our show today. So we have 3 recipes that we're going to do today. We have quesadillas, egg sandwiches, and energy bites. And the idea behind this is the girls are going to pick their ingredients and roll with their own creation. So we've done a little pre-planning and they've already picked some of their ingredients for some of the recipes, but you'll see them get to make some choices as we go. So right now I have Morgan and I have Nora with me, and they're going to help me with our quesadillas, our first recipe. So we're going to do 2 quesadillas today, so they can each help me with one of them. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to throw both of our tortillas on our hot griddle. We've discovered it's hot. So we have 2 whole wheat tortillas on our griddle. And we're going to start with so Nora, you're Morgan. Morgan, which one do you want to put together? Do you want to put together the Mexican blend, or do you want to put together the quesadilla blend?
The Mexican blend.
Morgan wants to do the Mexican blend. So you can do the one all the way on the left, and you can go ahead and sprinkle the cheese, and you can pick up the whole bag if you want, and you can take it over there. Yep, and just sprinkle cheese all over our tortilla. So again, you can use a lot of different varieties of cheese for your quesadilla, but today we're going to do a Mexican blend to kind of pick up on the other ingredients that we're using. So you can sprinkle all of it. We're going to use lots of cheese on this quesadilla, so Morgan's going to keep sprinkling the cheese all over. I guess you don't have to use all of it, but we're gonna get it covered in cheese because that's what makes a quesadilla good, right? Mm-hmm. I like a lot of cheese on my quesadilla. Okay. Perfect. So, and the other idea, so these are things that you guys could do at home. So Morgan, you were saying you make pancakes sometimes for your family at home. So this is something else that you could do for your family. All right, so with our kind of fiesta blend quesadilla, we're gonna put some black beans for the protein. And the girls were like, oh, I don't know about black beans, but maybe after today they'll like them. So you can sprinkle as much or as little on your quesadilla as you want, but probably more than 4. We have four black beans on our quesadilla. So just get a good layer of them because that's our protein. So we want to make sure we're getting some good protein on our quesadilla. Black beans are also loaded with fiber, so getting lots of fiber and protein. Okay, and then we're going to add some corn to it to kind of pick up on that southwestern blend as well. I'm actually going to take this one off just for a second so that it doesn't get too toasty. Perfect. All right, and then how about a little bit of taco seasoning? Do you want to sprinkle some taco seasoning on there? And while she's doing that, I'm going to chop up some green onions. So I have 3 green onions, and so let's see, I'm going to mix these together. And I'm going to put them in a bowl here for you to sprinkle on. So if you were doing like a Mexican, southwestern type of quesadilla, what other things could you add to it that we don't have in front of us? Can you think of anything? No, or did I hit the nail on the head with those ingredients? Those are pretty good?
Yeah.
Well, let's say you didn't want a vegetarian. You could add like a meat, right? What kinds of meat do you think you could add to this? What about like a taco meat?
Yeah, taco meat.
Or chicken would be really good in this too. So there's one quesadilla. We have a plate over here. We'll set that on our plate. So let's get started on our second one. So Morgan and Nora, I'm going to have you switch places. We'll put our other quesadilla on there, or tortilla. It's not a quesadilla until the ingredients are on it, right? All right, so we'll switch over with our ingredients. So we have mozzarella cheese for this. So we're gonna do a pizzadilla. So lots of different ideas you could do for this one. So basically anything you would put on a pizza, you could put on this quesadilla. What types of things do you like on your pizza?
I usually like cheese and sauce.
Okay, do you know what, do you wanna add some sauce? We could add like a sprinkle of sauce, like right into it. Perfect. I'm actually going to use my knife here to kind of spread it out a little bit. You like lots of cheese.
Yeah.
You are a cheese person. My kind of girl. So today we have some turkey sausage and some black olives. So you can sprinkle some of those on there if you want it. What other meats would go on a pizza? Are you a pepperoni girl?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. What about ham?
No.
No.
Not really.
I actually made a really yummy one the other day. It was a Hawaiian pizza, pizzadilla. So it had the mozzarella cheese, and then we chopped up some pineapple, ham, red peppers, and it was delicious. And then we actually dipped it in pizza sauce. Do you think you would like that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Probably.
Mushrooms, green peppers, lots of different things that you could put in the pizzadilla. Perfect, that looks great. So then you just fold it over. Do you think you could do this at home, Nora?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty easy, right? All right. And you can even, with the pizzadilla, you can even serve a little bit of sauce on the side with it. Let's cut them open. See what they look like on the inside. You know what? We have a cutting board here. Why wouldn't we use that? How do they look, guys? All right. And we'll cut our southwestern. So 2 quesadillas in just a few minutes. It's not bad, right? And tons of other ideas. Can you guys think of anything else you could add to quesadillas? Anything else that's fun? I saw a couple really fun ideas. What about like a cheeseburger quesadilla?
That'd be good.
That'd be good. So yeah, like hamburger meat and cheddar cheese. You could even like cut up some pickles and put in it. Or if you don't want to do meat, I saw like a broccoli and cheese. So cooked broccoli with cheddar cheese, and I think they put corn in that as well. So many different ideas that you could pick and roll with. So thank you, Nora and Morgan, for helping me with the quesadillas. We're gonna get this cleaned up and move on to our next recipe and a new set of basketball players. Welcome back. We have Tegan and Callie, our substitutions for our egg sandwiches. So again, lots of different options we can do with our egg sandwiches to pick and roll with your own ingredients. Unfortunately, we don't have all the ingredients with us today, so we'll do the best we can. But I have a really cool trick to teach you guys. I told them I was going to help them make shamrocks with their egg sandwiches. So a fun thing that I like to do with my pepper for my egg sandwiches, so if you cut off the end, a little bit more actually. Doesn't that kind of look like a shamrock?
It does. It does.
Yeah, so we're gonna actually put our eggs inside that. So I'm gonna make 3 slices because we're gonna do 3 sandwiches. They're gonna be like little egg nests. Use those for something later. So you just wanna cut out the seeds, because you don't want that in your egg sandwich, right? Do you guys eat egg sandwiches at home?
I do not.
You do not.
My dad does.
Tegan's dad does, but not Tegan. Okay, do you think you would like an egg sandwich?
Probably.
Probably. All right, so what we're gonna do, we have our 3 little shamrocks here. I'm gonna put a little bit of butter on our griddle because we're gonna cook our eggs right inside our shamrocks. You can use any color of pepper you want for this recipe. I'm just using green because that's the color of a shamrock, and you know, we're at St. Pat, so it just kind of makes sense, right? Okay, so put your pepper rings right on your griddle. And I'll go, do you want me to crack the eggs inside?
I don't care.
Are you guys good at cracking eggs?
I'm not.
You're not. Tegan's good at cracking eggs. Okay, so what we'll do, I'll have you, if you want, to crack them right inside the bowl. That way, if we get any shells, we'll be fine. Perfect. Now, I'm actually going to step aside just a second. Okay, so we have a couple options for the egg. I grabbed a fork because we might want to scramble it a little bit. So do you like the yolk? You probably don't like the yolk to be runny. Most kids don't like runny yolks in their egg sandwiches. So we're just going to take that and just kind of blend it up a little bit. And then what you can do is just dump that egg right in the center of one of those little shamrocks. Perfect. How cute is that? Okay, do you want to do another one?
Sure.
All right, Callie, while we're waiting for Tegan to do the eggs, again, you can just kind of, that one kind of broke, but that's okay. What we're going to do is put a little bit of butter.
Should I pour this one too?
Yep, go ahead and just do all 3 of them, just like that. Actually, you know what? Change my mind. We're just going to put more butter on the griddle. How does that sound? That's fine. You know what? It's perfectly okay. So we want to start toasting our bread. So the bread is something that you can choose a lot of different things as well. So we have English muffins, so preferably whole grain. 2 of those. And then I have, it's a bagel thin. So look how little that is, how thin it is. We're gonna use a bagel thin. Again, that's a whole grain bagel thin. Can you guys think of anything else you might use for bread for an egg sandwich?
Maybe like toast.
Yeah, just like a regular piece of toast or like a good like crusty piece of bread of some sort. What else could you use?
Hamburger buns?
You could, yeah, if you have some hamburger buns, that's a good idea. So yeah, some different options there. Again, you can use different peppers. You can do different things with your eggs for this recipe. So again, maybe you like your egg yolk to be runny. You don't have to scramble it up in the middle. So, and you know, sometimes the egg is gonna run out of the pepper, and that's perfectly okay. We'll make it look good in the sandwich, and it's gonna happen. So, but that first one, I mean, that one is perfect. So we're gonna let the eggs cook on one side, and while we're letting those cook, see how our heat's doing over here. We can talk about what we're going to put on our sandwiches. We'll get these out of the way. We have some Purell wipes that we can clean up our hands since we were touching the eggs. Callie, you didn't touch any eggs, did you?
I didn't.
You didn't. So I'll clean up my hands, and Tegan will clean up her hands. So we have some bacon, and we have ham, and then we have pepper jack, cheese, and cheddar cheese. So what do you think, so what kind of, Tegan, what would be your preference for meat?
Probably with bacon.
Bacon? Callie, what's your preference?
ham.
You like ham, all right, perfect. We couldn't have planned that better. What other types of meats do you think you could add to a breakfast sandwich?
Like pepperoni or sausage.
You could, yep, pepperoni, like a sausage patty would be really, really good. That's what you get, like if you go to, you know, like McDonald's on a breakfast sandwich, you get the sausage patties. Yeah, pepperoni or salami or any other type of like a deli meat would be good on a sandwich. Cheeses, again, lots of different cheeses. Callie, what would be your preference for cheese?
Swiss.
Swiss cheese. We have a sophisticated girl over here. She likes Swiss cheese. I don't know many kids that like Swiss. That's awesome. Yeah, like a ham, you're going with a ham and Swiss. That would be your creation, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Tegan, what cheese would you go
Cheddar.
with? Cheddar? You're a
Yeah.
cheddar girl. So cheddar and bacon would be your preference. So we'll let you do that today. We'll do a cheddar and bacon and a ham. And would pepper jack be an okay
Yes.
substitution for the Swiss?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll do those. And then you can also put a variety of different toppings on your sandwiches. So we have some spinach and avocado that we can add. What would your topping of choice be, Tegan?
Out of those two.
Well, any. So out of those two or any other topping that you can think of, what would you top
Maybe
it with?
like,
Or sauce would be good too.
like if you didn't do those, I would say like peppers.
Okay. Yeah, like cooked peppers on top of it. Yeah. What do you think, Callie?
Green onions.
Green onions. Awesome. You know, something I was thinking too, with the eggs, chives would be a really good addition. Like if you were, have you guys had chives before? They're kind of like green onions, but they're a little bit smaller. You could chop those up and scramble them into your egg, or the green onions. You could chop the green onions up and put those inside the egg and let them cook inside the egg, and that would be really good too. So let's give our eggs a flip. All right. So I messed up your perfect egg there, but that's okay.
I think they were all gonna spill in.
Yeah, they might spill. We'll clean them up. We'll get all the egg on the sandwich. It'll be fine. But they're still adorable, right?
They're still super cute.
Let's see how our bread is doing. So they're starting to toast a little bit. Perfect. Okay, so let's flip these over and we can start adding our cheese and our meats. Actually, what I'm gonna do to warm up the meat, I'm just gonna put them right on the griddle. Just kind of heat them up a little bit. There it goes, sizzle.
That would be so good.
Now that's a good sound, right? So this is something that you guys could do at home too, right? Can you see yourselves making egg sandwiches at home?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you guys ever help your families in the kitchen at all?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? I can see you two helping your families in the kitchen. So egg sandwiches, quesadillas are two things that you can make. Another reason I chose these recipes is they'd be really great like pre-competition meals. So it's really important before a game or an athletic event or anything like that to make sure you're getting a really good, nutritious meal. Do you guys make sure to do that?
Yes.
What's your favorite thing to eat before a basketball game? Or
Usually quesadillas.
quesadillas, really? All right. So I'm going to get all right, so ham. Callie, what would your bread choice be for ham?
Probably the English muffin.
That's what I thought you were going to say. And Tegan, what would your bread choice be?
Probably the thin.
The bagel. Okay. You know what we can do? They're kind of big strips of bacon. How many slices of bacon would you put on a sandwich?
Maybe like 5 or 6.
5 or 6. You are a bacon girl, huh?
Yeah.
We'll do 3 for now. Do you want to put your cheese on?
Sure.
Get your cheddar. And Callie, I'll let you step in and put your pepper jack on your ham. So the other one, we're going to do a mix. We're just going to use up all the stuff we have here. We'll put that one on there. We'll cut that one in half. All right, what kind of cheese do you think that one should have, girls? You have cheddar or both? Should we put 2 cheeses on it? All right, so, all right, Callie, I'll let you put the cheeses on that third sandwich. You can go ahead and put both right on there.
Can I put it right here?
Sure, either one. I like your style. Sandwich the eggs between the cheese and the meat. So anything goes here. So how are our eggs doing? And you can flip them back to the other side, and those actually look pretty good. All right, do you think we should put any toppings on here?
Yep.
Okay, so let's put our eggs on. Oops, there, bacon down. All right, so on Tegan's sandwich, the cheddar and bacon, what out of the spinach and avocado, what do you think should go on there?
Avocado.
Avocado, all right. Go ahead and cut that open. Say a little prayer that the avocado is good inside. So do either of you know how to cut an avocado?
No. From the top down.
Okay, so what I do is I just slice it all the way around the middle. And then I twist it. Oh, yay, it's good inside. All right, and then this is really fun. You should probably not do this at home. I like to hit the seed with a knife, and then it comes right out.
You scoop it out.
That's probably safer. All right. So then I'm just going to scoop one of them out. And I'm just going to make a couple slices. And I'll put the avocado slices right on top. If you want to put your bread right on top of that sandwich, you can. I'll do it. There we go. Okay. All right. So, Callie, what are you? You're a spinach girl. You guys are like complete opposites. You're making it really easy. Do you want to go ahead and put the spinach on?
Sure.
You can put as much or as little. And then what do you think that third one should have, girls? Both. You guys are my kind of girls. All right. Put a couple avocado slices. Callie, you can put the spinach on again. On that third one. Put the bread on there. All right, how do those look?
Good.
Awesome. 3 sandwiches. I'm going to go grab one more plate here. So this would serve a family of 3, right?
Yeah.
So one of the reasons I wanted to make these as well is I talk to a lot of people that, you know, when those busy nights come, when, you know, you have like 100 different things to do, it's hard to plan those healthy meals. So these would be really easy things. You could even wrap these up in foil and eat them in the car wherever you're going. So take them out to, you know, the ball field or so basketball court, you know, wherever you're at. What other things do you guys do?
I play the harp.
You play the harp? So if you're going, yes, I remember you did play the harp at the Christmas concert. That was awesome.
I play soccer.
You play soccer, so you're spending a lot of time at the soccer field. So yeah, these would be great portable food wherever you're going. So thanks for helping me, guys. We're gonna do some more substitutions here and get started on my favorite recipe of the evening, dessert, the energy bites. Welcome back, everybody. We are on to our third and final recipe of the night, our energy bites. And this is my favorite, and it's my favorite recipe to make with kids, my kids in particular. So I wanted to share it with you tonight. But first, I want to introduce my, my substitutions for this recipe. I have Caitlin, Kelsey, and Victoria. And there's one of your teammates couldn't be here tonight. What's your teammate's name? Aubrey. And Aubrey was sick, and she's very sad that she couldn't be here tonight. So we wanted to give a shout out to Aubrey and pray that she feels better and hope that and we wish she was here with us tonight. So, and also I wanted you guys to tell me, I heard that you did pretty well towards the end of your season. Tell me about what happened at the end of your season.
Well, third place in the tournament. We won 2 games in the tournament,
lost
and we got
So you had a championship tournament and you won 2 games. Okay. So you got, was it 3rd place in the championship? So you're feeling pretty proud of that and a good end to the season, right?
Yes.
And this is an even better end of the season, getting to do a cooking show, right?
Yeah.
So our energy bites is kind of a base recipe. It's a cup of nuts, it's 1 cup of dried fruit, and then a half a cup of a grain, or you could also use unsweetened coconut, and then a 1/4 cup of a nut butter, like peanut butter or almond butter, or several different other things that you could use. So today we have actually a sunflower butter, so it's free of a lot of allergens that some people can't have, like peanuts and tree nuts. So we have that as an option. We have some super seeds that we can add. We have chia and flax that we can add, different mix-ins, chocolate chips, white chocolate chips, granola. So basically, you can choose how much you add of those, but roughly 1/3 of a cup. And then we have some flavoring. So a lot of times I like to add salt. A little bit of salt to the energy bite just to give it, it brings out the sweetness and things, the salt does. We also have some cinnamon and cocoa powder. Some of our other seasonings we have, or flavorings, we have almond extract and vanilla. And we do have some honey if the fruit doesn't make it sweet enough. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I have no idea what we're going to create right now. I have no idea what it's going to taste like because you guys are going to help me out. So let's start with the nuts. So I have a food processor here, and again, I make these probably once a week with my kids, and I started making them because it was something that when my kids say, "Mommy, I want to make something in the kitchen," I don't have to look through cookbooks in order to make it. I can just pull things out of the pantry, and we can dump it in the food processor, blend it up, and we don't have to bake it even. They can be eating their little, energy snack a couple minutes after they tell me, "Hey, Mommy, I want to make something in the kitchen." So actually one of the ideas is a recipe that my son, my 5-year-old son Miles, came up with. And he didn't actually come up with a recipe, he came up with a name, I should say. So I helped him a little bit with the ingredients. He named it Simmus. And it was a blend of, I believe, walnuts, prunes, it had some oats maybe in it, some cinnamon, so a 5-year-old blend of, and it actually turned out to be one of the better energy bites that we had made together. So anything goes. So the nuts, right now we have walnuts and we have almonds, but other options would be peanuts. So that would be a really inexpensive version. Someone here doesn't like peanuts though, right? So good thing we don't have peanuts tonight. But the thing to remember with all of these ingredients is they're not going to taste the same as the individual ingredient because we're going to blend it all together. So what we create, you're not going to be able to taste those individual ingredients. It's going to be a completely unique experience. What are some other nuts? Can you guys think of any other nuts that you could use? What other nuts have you guys had?
Cashews.
Cashews, yep, that'd be a good one. Can you think of any other nuts? Yep, peanuts. Today, actually, I did sunflower seeds. So you could do, if you have like nut allergies or peanut allergies, you could do an all sunflower blend where you do sunflower butter and the sunflower seeds. Anything else you can think of? Have you ever had pecans? Pecans are one of my favorite. I love pecans or pistachios, lots of different options. So out of these two, so we'll start all the way at the end with Caitlin. Which one do you think we should use today?
Probably these.
The almonds? Yeah. You think the almonds? So, okay, so I'm going to give you the almonds, and I'm going to let you come around and add them to our food processor, and you can just dump the whole thing in there. Again, this is exciting for me because I have no idea what we're going to create. All right, so Caitlin chose the almonds. All right, Kelsey, we're on to our fruit. So we have, and I think I know which one you're going to pick. We have raisins and we have prunes. And now, before you decide, I do want to remind you that one of the best energy bites that I ever made did have prunes in it. So, but you can pick. Which fruit do you want to use?
I'll try these.
You want to try the prunes? All right, let's do the prunes.
Let me just
Yep, all of them in there.
Oh.
And you can, yeah, there you go. All right. So now that the prunes are in there, can you guys think of any other dried fruits that you could use in this recipe?
Craisins.
Craisins, yeah. You could do craisins or,
Raisins.
any other dried fruits you've had? A really good one is dates. Dates are a very mild flavor, but really, really sweet. So dates would be a really great choice. Apricots, dried apricots would be good. You could use dried cherries, although you're getting more expensive when you get into the dried berries. What else could we use? Apples, some dried apples would be a possibility. So, lots of different options that you could use for fruits. So today we only have one option for the grain. We only have the oats with us. In a past episode, our December episode, we did a popped amaranth. So this is a grain. Has anybody ever seen amaranth before? So it's a little tiny grain, and it actually, when you put it in a hot skillet, it will like pop up. Like I call it fairy popcorn. It looks like the tiniest popcorn you've ever seen in your life, and it's really yummy because it kind of tastes like popcorn too. So I like to throw that into my energy bites as well. Although we don't have the ability to pop it tonight, so we're gonna add I'll add the oats since you guys don't get to pick that. So we have a half a cup of oats. All right, so Victoria, we are on, actually what we're gonna do, we're on to the nut butter and you're gonna get to pick that, but first, we're gonna give it a spin. So Victoria, you haven't done anything yet, so I'm gonna let you come over here and press the on button. You just press it down all the way, and it should keep going. And you don't have to hold it now. It should stay on. There it goes. And it takes a second to get everything all finely chopped. All right, so you can see all of our nuts and the prunes. You can't even tell that we added prunes to this. They're gone. And it's actually really, so the prunes make it really, really sticky and very sweet. So we probably won't have to add, too much more to make it sticky. And I might give it one more quick blend. Does anybody else want to come press a button? My kids fight over this, like who's going to press the button for the food processor? Come on now. All right. Okay, so now you add your nut butter. So have you been thinking, Victoria, about which one you want to add? Peanut butter or sunflower butter? You've had peanut butter, right? You know what that tastes like. Have you ever had sunflower butter? No? Do you want to try something different? All right. So we're going to add that. Do you want to scoop it in there or do you want me to? Okay, so I'm going to stir it up a little bit. Have you ever had sunflower seeds before?
Yeah.
All right. So just go ahead and put so you need about 1/4 of a cup. We're gonna kind of eyeball it. So just put 1 or 2 spoonfuls in there. And it's okay if it's a little bit messy, don't worry about it. And you can scrape it off on the sides if you want. Maybe just a little bit more. All right, perfect. Just scrape it on in. All right, so now we have to talk about what else we're going to add to it. What do you guys think about the seeds? How do you feel about that? No opinion. So we have chia seeds. So chia seeds are high in fiber and also rich in nutrients. They're rich in healthy fats. And really flax seeds are too. This is ground. You don't have to add them, but what do you guys think? Should we add one or no? Or a little bit of both?
A little bit
You think a little bit of both? But not all of them. Just a little sprinkle. All right, so we'll go back down to Caitlin, and we'll let you add a sprinkle of the chia or flax or a little bit of both. But don't add all of both of them. But if you do, it'll probably be fine. All right, looks good. These are definitely going to be creative. Okay, so we did our seeds, and now we need some flavorings. So we have vanilla, and we have almond extract, and then we have some cocoa powder, cinnamon, and I'm going to add just a little bit of salt just because it does help with the flavor. Less than 1/4 of a teaspoon, just a small amount. I did probably about 1/8 of a teaspoon. So do you guys think we should add one of these 4 flavorings or no?
cocoa powder.
Cocoa powder? This is the cocoa powder. Should we make it really chocolatey?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Kelsey, I'll let you add the cocoa powder in, and you can dump that all in if you want, because I like really chocolatey things. Okay. So, we did our flavoring. All right, Kelsey, do you want to come press a button? You haven't pressed a button yet. The best part. I'm just going to make sure everything is all blended together. Okay, so at this point, I kind of like to test it out and see if it's sticky enough. Oh, and this is plenty sticky. So you just press a little bit together in your hands and see if it's going to form into a ball, and it definitely is. So now is the point when we get to add some mix-ins. And I'm going to let you guys have fun with this. You can add any, all, whatever you want. So we have white chocolate chips, regular chocolate chips, but I like the minis in there. We have some craisins and we have some granola. What do you guys think we should add into them?
Both chocolates.
Both of the chocolates. All right. We have all the chocolate in there. Is that all you want to add? Do you think that looks good? Those are craisins.
What are they?
That's granola. It'll make it a little bit crunchy. Do you want to add some granola in there? Why not? Go for it. So this is, it is a berry, like kind of a berry granola. It's the Bare Naked granola, fit granola. One of my personal favorites, it has like dried berry chunks in it. So, okay, so I'm gonna. Does that look good?
Yeah. That's good too.
Stir it on up.
How does that smell?
So then you just stir in the ingredients, your mix-ins. It's really thick. Okay, so here's the fun part. You get to grab a handful and, like, not a giant handful, but like, I don't know, a golf ball size about, and roll it into a ball, and then you can put it on the plate. So I guess I will show you about how much. A little bit smaller. You want to make sure the whole team can try these, right? Okay, so now the most important thing. So well, again, so that's about how big I like to make my energy bites. So you can put those on the plate. These look awesome. Okay, so go ahead and you can all, grab handfuls and roll them into balls. And while you're doing that, we have a very, very important decision to make. Perfect. What are we going to call these? And again, remember, my 5-year-old son named his Simic, so what do you think? Any ideas? Irish rolls? We have Irish rolls as an option. What do you guys think? Yeah, keep going, keep rolling them into balls. We can ask our teammates. Does anybody in the back have an idea? What do you guys think? Cocoa Crunch? Go ahead, Tegan. A little bit of everything. Go ahead. What is it? Basketball.
Chocolate melts.
Chocolate melts? Because there's lots of chocolate in there. Well, whatever we decide to call them, I am sure they are delicious. So thank you, ladies, for joining me today. Thank you to my Energy Bite crew. And thanks for all of for tuning in at home, for all of our viewers at home. So I had a great time today, and it was great working with you.
Irish on 3. 1, 2, 3, Irish!